Have you ever wondered how and why the United States government is corrupt? In this series, I've discussed all the way from the Revolutionary War, all throughout the 1700s, different assassination attempts, and actual assassinations of different presidents that went against these private central banks. And see these global members, a part of these secret societies, and these private central banks done a lot of dirt to make sure that they stay on top. And it does not matter who you are or who your family is. If you go against them, they'll see to it that your life comes to an end. Earlier on in my series, I mentioned how the Bank of France called over to the United States government in 1970, basically wanting to exercise their option to trade in their United States Federal Reserve notes for bars of gold, which came from the Bretton Woods Agreement made prior to the ending of the World War II. And now that brings us to modern times because the tables have turned. See, just recently, the German government asked for a return of some of their gold from the Bank of France and the New York Federal Reserve. And the Bank of France told them it'd take no less than 5 years to return the gold. And the New York Federal Reserve told them it'd take about 8 years for them to get their gold. And this strongly suggests that the Bank of France and the Federal Reserve used that gold for other purposes than it was intended to be used for. So both the Bank of France and the Federal Reserve was scrambling to find new gold to prevent a shortfall or a gold run. And after private conversations from the Bank of France and the French government, they decided to invade the country that's known as Mali. And what France told the public was that they was trying to combat Al-Qaeda. But in all reality, they invaded Mali for their gold. And the United States, well, being the United States, helped invade Mali. See, what a lot of people don't know is Mali happens to be one of the world's largest gold producers, with its gold being about 80% of Mali's exports. And this all comes from the times of Mansa Musa and his brother Mansa Abukari II. And this goes back to pre-colonial times of them being the two richest men on earth, and a lot of their gold was kept in Mali, Africa. But whenever the United States government needs some gold, they make it a plan to invade Mali. Yeah, this was not the first time they did such a thing. And if you've been following my series from the very beginning, it's very clear, if it wasn't before, that these wars are made for profit. See, Americans have been raised by these public school systems, which was created by this man right here, John D. Rockefeller. And it's important to realize and notice that he made it a point and made a statement saying that he did not want philosophical men and he did not want educated people. He wanted slaves to continue working for these people. And many Americans have been brainwashed by these medias to have them believing that these wars are simply to protect the American people. I'm running out of time, but life part 16 because these people are next.